Alrighty, here we go with episode 255. 255. It's crazy. One of these days, these big numbers will stop impressing me, but that day is not today. Wait, we're not counting down yet. This is a cold open. Just a little addendum here, because I don't want to take the time when I record the rest of this reaction to explain this while stuff is going on in the story. What happened was I recorded I recorded the cold open, and then I went past the theme song, and just a minute or two into the regular rest of the episode, I had to pause it. And while I paused, I talked, and you'll see what I talked about at the end of this video. Then I started to record my reaction again as a separate file. And something happened to that recording. I think I need to update my camera software because it's been glitching a lot of different ways, and this is like, we can't do this, right? So something happened where what happens is when I record, I see a counter. Right now the counter says 49, 50, 51. It's telling me like how long I've been recording. So I got almost to the end of the episode. I went from that point that I've been recording to the end of the episode, looked over, and the counter wasn't moving, which means it wasn't recording anything, even though I had started it. It went for like 2 minutes and then stopped. The counter stopped. And when I tried to access the file, I couldn't read the file. It was a corrupted file, and so I couldn't save anything. I was so pissed off that I was going to have to rewatch this. And the second reaction is never as good as the first reaction. I was really mad. So I was like, if I try to rewatch this right now, it's going to be a shitty reaction. I'm mad. I just did this. I'm going to spend everything trying to remember what I said last time instead of just. And so I said, what I'm going to do, I saw most of it. I missed like the last 90 seconds or less of the episode. It could have been 30 seconds. I'm not sure exactly how much, but I missed the last little bit of the episode. I said, I'm just going to go to the next episode and keep recording. And so what I did is I recorded 256, 257, 258, 259, 260. So give myself some distance. I spent the rest of the day with much of interruptions and stuff. This all happened, I think, about 10:30 this morning. And here it is, 9 o'clock at night, right? So it's been almost 12 hours. So it's been almost 12 hours, and I've recorded 5 other episodes. So now I should be fresh enough where it doesn't feel like being repetitious, repeating myself. I won't be annoyed. I'm past it now. Emotionally, I'm past it. And maybe some of this stuff will surprise me again. Maybe I'll catch stuff I didn't catch last time. The only thing I remember specifically was when Sanji goes in there and tries to rescue them. Usopp moves around like an inchworm because he's all bound up like in a sleeping bag. He's moving like an inchworm. I remember that was really funny. That'll be the thing a year from now if I think about this episode. That'll be the one thing I remember. Him moving around like an inchworm. And what was so weird about this, I remember as I saw it, I was like, I want to go back and watch this scene. Because him moving like an inchworm is hilarious, right? And well, I got my wish. So be careful what you wish for, right? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into that now. And that way, I'll tell you when it happens. But like, look how long this took me. This took me like 3 minutes to explain. I didn't want to explain this during the footage, right? So that's why I'm sticking this at the beginning. Originally, I wasn't going to do an intro. I wasn't going to add this to the intro and because I think, as I remember it, my intro was already pretty long for this episode. But whatever, right? So that's what's going on. It'll be a second reaction. I did put some distance. I'm still not going to be. I don't think there was anything too shocking. It wasn't like somebody came back from the dead or anything that I remember. But the jokes probably won't hit. I remember this being a funny episode. The jokes probably aren't going to hit as good. It won't be as good a reaction, but what am I going to do? So annoying. I'm trying to get myself mad again. I don't want to do that. Do you think she's closest to Robin? Because she seems pretty broken up about this. She seems to just tolerate Sanji. We don't really see her interact with Chopper very much at all. Um, I don't think her and Zoro interact much either. I'm trying to think. And then her and Luffy obviously interact a lot. But she seems to regard him as basically a moron. Although she clearly cares about him. I don't know. They don't really sit around talking about. None of these people sit around talking about their feelings, other than Chopper. Chopper wears his heart on his fur, right? He wears his heart on his fur. You know exactly how he feels about everybody. Not the truth for pretty much anybody else. This is a great sequence. They have every type of threat imaginable. They've even had sickness. Remember when Nami was sick? They've had every kind of way you can threaten a character. Sickness. I don't think they've threatened them too much with thirst and starvation. Maybe once. Mother Nature. Monsters. Human beings. Superpowered human beings. Demons and angels, essentially. God. It's like the elements. Any way you can possibly threaten a character has happened so far in this series. Mother Nature is probably the last one, and here we go, right? So they cover, when you got this amount of space and time, to tell a story, you can cover everything. There ain't no damn sea trains. Yep, you probably should have had 2 trains if you think about it. But then again, you don't want them hitting each other in the tracks, right? So we ain't got no damn ships for you. Not for you. Idiot. Yeah, it was a problem. Don't answer that question. I ain't seen shit. Yeah, it's a problem. It would be the one time we're here we get the worst damn storm. Yeah. I have a question about that during the theme song. No chance in hell. They are not waiting until dawn. I mean, that would be the smart play. Wait till the storm's over. People will be already dead. Yeah, she's playing the wish game. That's how you get to him. Great. Now we're introducing some new lore. The Gates of Justice. Yeah, not good. Okay, here's my question. And look, I know my dad was in the Navy. I'm aware of that, so I probably shouldn't have this lack of knowledge, but I do. So, and also ships now are different than they were back then. Back then the men were made of iron and the ships are made of wood. Now it's the other way around. But here's my thing. Okay, they're saying a ship would be destroyed in a storm, be torn apart immediately. But the biggest threat is these waves are coming in, and it's got this enormous amount of power. Like, because there are no waves, there's no huge waves in the middle of the ocean. Because what creates a wave is this force of water hits Earth and presses up. So as the Earth inclines up towards dry land, the water coming in, this mass of water coming in, hits the bottom as the bottom accelerates up, it pushes up, pushes up, pushes up, and then when all the water is at dry land, it crashes into all this force, this powerful mass of water crashes into the land, destroying, wiping the beach clean, destroying buildings. If a ship is at port there, it crashes into it. So this mass of water is crashing into the land. That's the force. That's the danger. Now, I know you also have high winds. But when you're in the middle of the ocean, there is no land for the bottom of this water to hit. There's no crashing. There's no huge wave. Now, they may have little upswings. I think it's caused by the wind. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this. I'm talking out my ass here. But would a ship necessarily in the middle of a storm be in danger other than from the wind? It's not going to be in danger from this massive wave. You see what I'm saying? Like, this massive wave is only a danger to dry land. It's not a danger to a ship in the middle of the ocean. I think that's how it works. So if they can get away from the land fast enough, like say it starts to ebb out, get in a ship and get out. Get away from the land fast enough so when the next wave comes in, you're not stuck between the wave and the land, right? Then you're destroyed. If you can do it theoretically, I think you can be okay in a storm, other than the wind. Now, like I said, I'm talking my ass. This is something I know very little about. But just thinking about it logically, I think that's true. I think if you can get far enough away from the island before the next wave comes, I think you'll be okay. As long as your ship is big enough to withstand the winds, which the largest ships would be. I think that's true, but I don't. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I think that's the first time I've ever talked long enough to go through the credits. Hey, what are you gonna do? 3, 2, 1. I got spoiled a bit. I think it says another sea train? Question mark. Yeah, I wish I would. I had know the title's coming. I need to start looking away faster. I hate that they spoil shit with the titles, man. It just really gets on my nerves. Yep. Guilty until proven innocent. She knows all the dirt, man. The gates of justice. They never return. I still think Tom's alive. Just because they don't turn doesn't mean they're immediately dead. Great. Look at them. They're fierce. Great. That sounds fantastic. Maybe we'll see somebody we know there. Because we're clearly going there. I thought you hated pirates, by the way. Now all of a sudden you feel sorry for pirates? She basically is a pirate. Remember when she hated pirates? Doesn't do us any good if we die tonight instead of waiting a couple hours. She is furious. I see her point. Show me a plan. Yeah, no shit. He's not wrong, but still, we're doing it. Oh shit, that's right. We are pirates. Damn, slipped my mind. Yeah, we're doing it. I think they are, man. I think we're picking a fight with the world government. F them. Matter of fact, mother F them. Dumbass. I guess we should have evacuated sooner. Here comes the next wave. That's what you get for rubbernecking. You should have left. We're not standing in your way. You're asking us to give you a ship. That's not standing in your way. We're not going to give you a ship just to be destroyed. The rabbit is stressed. Terrified. We don't have time for an effing fight, man. Yeah, look at they're all ready to kick your ass. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is the point at which I started recording again, and here we are, right? So for the rest of this, I remember. I like his random rage here, right? So just to catch you up, what I've seen is up to episode 260, which means they're on the sea train. They've almost caught up with the main sea train, and she's drank about 6 more bottles of wine since this scene, right? So she is smashed. I did predict. I don't remember like what I said and what got cut off and everything. I did predict it was going to be another sea train, but I think I did it before this because here they reveal it, right? So I think we've got me on camera at some point predicting the sea train. It could have even been last episode, right? Yeah, he wrecked those MFers. But it was pretty obvious that's what they were doing. And again, I'm not going to try to duplicate my reaction, but I think I speculated, why didn't he go above and try to skip the car? Well, they end up doing that later. So That answers that question. He just right now he's trying to walk past him casually. Who's that? You should have been in uniform. What I like about this is because this guy is smart and notices something, he gets it to worse. He got smashed. He got kicked right in the teeth. That's you seen that video where the Batman, the bodyguard, sees Batman and walks into the room and sees Batman in there and walks out and pretends he didn't see anything because he's not trying to catch this ass whipping. There's something to be said for not noticing a really powerful bad guy. Oh yes, there we go. He's gonna be an inchworm in a minute. It's so good, man. Oh, these twins got wrecked. I love how fancy they are, how elaborate they are, and how much they showboat, and then they just get wrecked. Just absolutely destroyed. Hey, man, you cut my cigarette. Take this out. Like, just right in the jaw, man. They went from getting kicked in the jaw to their heads above. Like, you don't want to notice anything, man. You don't want to. I promise you, you don't want to notice. He will kick the shit out of you. Yeah. They're just hanging from the ceiling. I don't think I noticed that the first time. I like that. Yeah, I don't know what your name is, but whatever. I think Usopp's still a little irritated. Oh, Jesus Christ. He goes straight to a Sep immediately. Take them all. Does it make sense for I didn't think about this first time. Does it make sense to have the communication devices in here with the the prisoners? Because this is the next car down, right? He trashed that car, left the car, and came into this car. So the only people in this car were two guards, the twins. That was it. Damn. That's right. You damn bastard. Stomped out. It's all your fault. It really is Frankie's fault, by the way. Although, really, it's not. There he is. You son of a bitch. Yeah, now he'll never untie you. I don't think we see him get untied either. We never see that happen. Oh, you made him sad. I like how he edgewormed around. That was so good. It's such great animation. I don't think that's something you can do in a manga. I don't think you can show him inchworming around, right? They probably just showed him. He had already moved around, probably. Yeah, man. I'm not going to tell you because you said you were going to kick my ass. You have a very weird perspective on things, dude. Hilarious. And they're raising so much hell the other people notice, man. Dumbasses. Idiots. Nobody ever said any member of the Straw Hat crew is intelligent other than Nico Robin, Chopper, and Nami. Those are the only three people who have any brains whatsoever. By the way, T-Bone there, he's all hat, no cattle, man. There's no sizzle to that steak. Because, like, I guess, well, I talk about it later, you'll see, but, like, he's basically a badass moron. He's, like, so dumb, he's not really a threat. If you had to fight him, you'd be screwed. This is why he went to go fix the sea train. I like this. I think I talked about it here. I think I also talked about it in the next episode. I don't understand why he didn't go with him. Maybe he was tapped out, like he just had nothing left physically, right? Plus, they end up having plenty of people come. But he was presumably he was repairing the sea train for himself, and then he ends up being the only person in the entire city who doesn't go. So I'm not sure that makes sense. Oh well, yeah, it would be a problem, wouldn't it? uh, Fortunately, somebody's already unlocked the door. This reminds me of when I rewatched the first 17 episodes. It's always weird watching something twice for a reaction. Some would say for certain shows it would be a better experience to watch it the second time, to watch somebody see it the second time, than it would be to see them watch the first time. But there are twists and turns, there's plot twists, there's crazy things. Like I would not have wanted to not have be recorded the first time that like Usopp fought Luffy, right? So that was, I mean, the first reaction makes most sense. It is a joke, isn't it? Ice pops. I love that so much. Yep. Pirate Girl. By the way, I've mentioned this somewhere in this. I'm recording a whole block of episodes today because I'd recorded some before this too, right? I talk about how interesting it is that she basically is just Pirate Girl now. She hates pirates. The very first thing we learn about her in the first handful of episodes is she hates pirates. And now she's just Pirate Girl. She has completely become what she hated. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. We get it. He loaded everything up. I want to see if we can see when the kid and the bunny rabbit sneak aboard. Maybe they show it in the corner of one of the frames or something. Right. This is a runaway freight train. Yeah. Thanks, Ice Pops. But him calling her Monster Granny is the worst. Like, how you gonna call somebody Monster Granny? That's just mean, man. Hey, this time it's just Granny. Oh, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Why so clumsy? Was because he hadn't eaten, right? Yeah, man, I'm starving. Yeah, if only we had some meat. I wonder if anybody could do something about that. That's right. Where did then we never heard how they got the food, right? I guess they broke into one of those restaurants. Damn, man, why she gotta be an idiot? Jerk. Did anybody ever explain the number three? What is the number three about? Why does she wear the number three? I feel like I've asked that before. I don't think I got an answer. I love that's such a great review. This is a funny ass episode. Not every one of these episodes I've watched today have been this funny. This is a funny one. She's talking to him. She turns around. He's already over there eating. Zoro's eating too. He should eat. They should be playing around here. Please take care of them. But she doesn't really care. She's a very, very irresponsible supervisor, right? They should be playing around here somewhere. Meanwhile, they probably have already snuck aboard. I wonder if we see it happen. Again, I lost. I was focused on the comedy and stuff, and the bringing in the food. Zoro, is he just basically drinking? Is he not eating? That's interesting. I'm looking at the wide shots to see if we can see the kids sneaking aboard. Probably not, but it'd be cool if we could. If there's one tiny corner of the footage, right? Then we can kick your ass. This is great, man. Now I remember that the first time I saw this, I was surprised. I was like, this took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting this. But as soon as they started talking, it made sense, right? We don't care who it is. It can be God Himself. We're doing this. I do remember making fun of the girls, like, what the hell are you going to do? You got knocked out by the blonde bitch, the blonde government bitch. One punch, you were done. So what are you girls going to do, man? But they're coming. Why are you going to shame them, man? That's not nice. Y'all cry too much. I mean, come on. Like, at this point, you got to let them, right? You have to let them. Yeah, like Luffy's like, we're going. That's it. That's it. Come on. Come aboard. He's decisive as hell. Quit screwing around and get on board. You're damn right. Sweet, sweet forgiveness. Yeah, that's his attitude about everything all the time. It'll be fine. He would be annoying to have as a captain. He'd be like, that's why Nami's so irritated all the time. King bulls, big ass bulls. who apparently wear goggles for some reason. I guess the water gets in their eyes, right? Alrighty. Those guys are energetic. You got to give them that much, right? I love that we start out fighting those bastards and end up fighting with them. I love that so much. The factions on this series. There's so many damn factions and it's so interesting. It's not just Jedi and the Sith, right? There's a lot more factions going on here. Although, I mentioned this the first time, you should have kept one of those big pirates and have him do this job. And we're off. He does love to be in front. He likes to watch, man. He wants to see what's happening. his character is so interesting. He's not a complicated guy, man. He wants to have fun and he wants to watch. I think I had already stopped by this point because I didn't remember this. I saw it in the they flashback next time, so we're at a point now where I had not seen the rest of this, except in when they show the flashbacks, right? The recaps, because I didn't see that Paulie snuck on board, so I stopped before this. So this is all new. Excellent. I guess this wasn't so bad. I was annoyed as hell, man. This worked out pretty good. The only difference be I laughed way more with the scenes with Usopp and Sanji a lot more the first time because man that was so funny. Yes, we are. He believes. Good shit. Alrighty, man. Well, that wasn't as painful as I thought it'd be. I cannot stand. Matter of fact, let me save this, man. I cannot do this a third time. That ain't gonna happen. Because this software I use, everything's up for grabs until you save it. Like until it's saved, it don't matter. So I've had that problem. I've done entire full reactions with intro, outro, everything. Go to save it and something happens and it wouldn't let me save it and I lost it. So that's infuriating. But no, this is relatively painless. Yeah, I enjoyed the second time. If there's ever going to be an episode I watched today that I would have wanted to rewatch, it was this one. His inchworm thing was hilarious. But then I think what happens, as I remember it, the next episode, they're already free, so he already untied them. So, yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and hand off. Before this disaster happened, I did record a bit. I was thinking about some stuff, predictions I think about what was going to happen. Maybe that was where I predicted there was another sea train. I can't remember. Like I said, it was like 9, 10, 12 hours ago. So, but whatever. There'll be something I don't know about, but you're about to find out what I'm going to talk about. And then I'll see it in editing. So it's a whole timey-wimey thing. I had to pause it, and I like this line. It's you who are wrong, straw hat. So, given the fact I was spoiled in the title, man, it drives me nuts. Why would you do that? Yeah, Stephen King doesn't believe in spoilers. He's like, that's why he foreshadows so heavily. You know, and he'll actually sometimes even tell you where the story's going and stuff. He's like, he doesn't think it's possible for knowing how a story's going to end to ruin the story experience. I love the man. I think he's the best writer. He's certainly the most productive writer. He's probably the most entertaining writer. He may not be the best writer. John Irving's excellent. There's some other people that are just super good. But he's the most entertaining writer. So he knows more about story than I would ever possibly know. Like, compare myself to Stephen King, I'm like an ant. I'm an ant on a shit pile in the next galaxy away from him. That's how close we are in talent. But I will say, I think he's wrong here, man. Maybe even out of touch. I do think sometimes knowing where the story's going spoils it for you. At least the way I enjoy storytelling. The way I ingest stories, anybody who's watched me for any amount of time knows this. I love to theorize. I love to try to figure out where the story's going. I can't do that if I effing know where it's going, man. I can't do it. It spoils the whole experience for me. So that's why I'm so spoiler adverse. I'm so paranoid about it. I don't want to know anything, man. I don't want to know jack shit. I don't even really want to know the genre. Sometimes you have to. That's why when people pay me to do a movie, I don't look up shit about it. I'm nothing about it. Absolutely nothing, because I have to watch it regardless of what it is, so I'm just going to watch it. That's my best, most pure experience. I know jack shit about it. Anyway, we're not here for a spoiler rant. The point is, because I've been spoiled, there's a second train, question mark, and whatever else. I was able to stop myself at that point. I think what he's wrong about is that there is a second train. They have some kind of backup train, a prototype train. Why would a train be more defense against the waves? Or are we saying it's a submarine train? It can go under the water? Because that's the only thing we haven't done yet on this series. We haven't had any submarines. I predict at some point, somewhere, there's going to be a Nemo type dude who has a submarine. Maybe here. Maybe it's a submarine train. Maybe in the future. Somebody's ass got a submarine somewhere. Because it's water. We're telling water stories. We've got fantasy. We've got high-tech situations. We had people living in the effing sky. Somebody's got a damn submarine. I'm saying that shit right now. That is happening. Maybe here. Maybe later. But somebody's got one. Anyway. Let's get back to it.